Currently, things are tied up at 1-1. We're going into Game 3. We had a TBT as ZBZ. It's only appropriate that now we go into a PvP. herOCane is 3-6 this season, 5-12 overall. 5-6 versus herO is a decent record versus this star Protoss that he's got to face, but Tyr's face right now and his downward arrow, purple arrow, are two very good indicators of how he's been doing in recent times. A wall to climb, a mountain to climb against this player who hasn't had the most amazing results at the most recent few weeks of Pro League. He's lost a few upset matches, but he was dominating. He's still tied for first place in the most winning record. He's 10-8 ace matches. He's put out 18 ace matches. Just think about that for a second. He is the carry for his team. You know, I said oftentimes if he and Biel to win their games, they just have one other player win and that's it. Or he wins it in the ace match. He's done it 10 out of 18 times. Okay, everybody. Cactus Valley is the map for this Protoss versus Protoss. Which team's going to take the lead? It's Tyr versus herO here at Pro League. In the bottom left, in red, it's herOCane, otherwise known as Tyr. To the top right, cross spawns in blue. It's herO. herO always has a perfect looking face. We got one of the best skin faces in all of StarCraft. People always ask him what's his secret. He's just like, I take care of myself. See, he's even got, for the first time I think I've ever seen on herO's face, he's got like 2 little spots that he's covered up. He's getting rid of those. Very common to see that in Korea, but it's not very common to see that on herO's face. Must be having some stresses recently. So, Protoss versus Protoss at cross spawns on this map often becomes a map of late game scenarios. And we have maxed out armies, Colossi, Archons, Charged Zealots, sometimes even Tempests. We'll have to wait and see if that becomes reality in this game. herO adjusting his monitor ever so slightly, making sure it's to his liking. We see 13 gates for both players. I don't think we'll see probe scouts on the gate. Or not. It's just too risky. 4-player map, too random, too far, not worth it. You're going to lose way too much money doing that. It's funny because if you scout to the north and your opponent's there, it's like scouting on a normal map. If you get unlucky and you scout to the right and he's not there, and you scout to the bottom right, you wasted so much more mining, whereas your opponent might have just gotten lucky and scouted to the left and scouted you. And then by the time you get there with your probe, you've lost so much money and you're probably just going to be killed by a stalker. I'm not going to see anything. So it's just the nature of 4-player maps, especially at this size. What I'd like to see is some more big 2-player maps like Neoplanet S, like Atlantis Spaceship. You know, those maps were unique. They were big, and they were like macro maps, but they were 2-player. So you still had the potential for timing attacks, and you also had the potential for early scouting and things like that. I just don't like, and I know I rant about this a lot, but I'm doing a solo cast, I'm going to tell you guys about it. It's my show right now. I don't like the randomness. I don't like that extra random chance. I don't like that scouting is essentially punished. You can be punished so hard on this map by random chance with a scout. Whereas if you are on a 2-player map, scouting is more of a choice. It's more of a choice of, okay, I know I'm going to get this information this early and sacrifice this much money for it, or I'm not. Like, it's a clear choice. Whereas on this map, if you do it, you might waste so much. Anyway, that's the end of my 4-player map rant for today. See you again on Thursday for more. Or excuse me, tomorrow. Actually, I'll be here tomorrow. Moonglade will be back tomorrow most likely, as long as this flight doesn't get delayed. Me and the Moonji. Valdez is on vacation. A much-deserved vacation. Shout-outs to Valdez. He did some solo casting for us while we were both taking care of some things, and also might be doing one coming up this Thursday. It's possible. A lot of traveling for me and Moonji coming up, so Valdez needed a vacation. He deserved it. He's having a really chill time in Busan, so shoutouts to him for covering earlier. Now it's my turn. The Twilight Council is on the way here early on for herO, whereas herOCane is actually going into a Sentry-oriented Gateway expand. This is a weird choice. It's good for the map, but it's out of the meta. We almost never see it, even on this map. Blink can be quite strong against this because sentries don't do a lot of damage, and you can avoid force fields with Blink. And sometimes you can even just simply blink into the main base on many of these maps. Robotics is coming up. That's what he's going to need to defend this. Those Immortals, very crucial. herO adds a safety robo at home. But no sign of adding a Nexus just yet. A fake Oracle will go and scout. I'm going to check vision really quick. Give me a sec. I got to put the mic down. No, not enough hands. Okay, this Stalker is the very first glimpse of this base that herO gets. He's not going to be very happy about it. Starts a Stargate and a Nexus immediately. So he knows that like Blink Stalkers can be good at this if you're on a smaller map. You can get them over there earlier. You can already be pressuring with them. But they take so long. Look at those Stalkers walking across the map. He is going to make a forward pylon. Uh-oh. Stayed way too long on that one. He is making a forward pylon. Well, look how long it takes those Stalkers to get over there one by one. Well, let's see if he panics about this. Oh, it's going to time out. But now his pylon is kind of useless. He's down a Nexus. Couldn't scout. Couldn't know what was going on. These sorts of things happen. I think he expects it's like some sort of Stargate-oriented expand, though, because he didn't really see until the end of that fight where he got the Stalker trapped that it was Oracle, or rather Sentries. Because he had his own Stargate. Now, instead of going Phoenixes, he's going into Oracles. Kills a Stalker, so I guess it ends up being a one-for-one Stalker trade. But, again, a much better economy for herOCane, who I always want to call tier. Those of you guys who don't know me, I've been commentating StarCraft in Korea for 4.5 years. And about a year before that, ever since like day one of the beta, basically, I've been a StarCraft 2 commentator. I commentate a lot of other games in Korea as well, but you know, some of these players have a ton of history. I'm not like some obsessive researcher. I've just been commentating these guys for years, so I remember everything about them, and I have like memories associated with them. I mean, if you want to get some crazy history, I mean, Tyr was a sniper for Epic's Open back in the day. Okay, pylon does go down. The Zealot harass is ongoing, by the way, but while these Zealots are getting damaged, this Oracle is getting damaged as those units are way out of position. Let's see how well he can double tap these. Okay, 5 for 5. Make that 6. 7 for 5. So herOCane getting the better end of the deal for a much cheaper investment, but the Oracle still survives. Here does get one more probe kill. The better tech definitely goes to herOCane right now. Okay. Okay, so I got that backwards because when I looked at this, I thought red X means that those were the kills that the red player got, but actually it's the kills that herO got. So herO got the better end of the trade. Sorry about that. I want to apologize about my mistakes today. Wow, even more kills. 11, 12. There's the animation cancel. 13. No blink to chase. Oh, gonna catch an Immortal, though. That's expensive. That's nice, though. Oh, my God. He really wanted that. I think that's actually a fair trade of hit points for hit points. Maybe a slight advantage to herO there, but the shields will regen. That was a big moment there. herO needs things like this. He needs to put the pressure on and get his third base up because everything else about what he's doing right now is behind. His tech is behind. His, you know, his Nexus was behind. He's going into charge, which I do like a lot. With charge here, he can simply have more mobility with the Zealots as well as the Stalkers he has on the map. In order to charge Zealot Archon, control the map, use those 3 bases, use that mobility to harass a lot. Zealots with charge are a lot more efficient at harassing, doing run-bys and things of that nature. It looks like this is going to be the first scout on this base for herOCane. It's going to be pretty frustrated with that because the base is nearly done. Guardian Shield making it a lot more difficult to actually pick off units here. 3 additional gateways being added here for herOCane as he gets his own counterblink. It looks like he wants to try to win this by counterattacking. Right now, Oracle is searching for extra observers. He's not finding any. There is an observer to the left of the main base. Really good Guardian shields here, actually, by Hurricane. I mean, we don't see sentries all that often in this matchup make it into the later stages of the game, but the Guardian shield does add so much. That will be killed. No more harassment potential for herO with that. Dark Shrine going up, actually, for Hurricane. Not for herO. herO wanted to hide his gateways he was adding. That's why he was looking for the Observer. He wants to give the illusion that he is vulnerable here to counter Blink, which is really not the case. I feel like the window of time for Hurricane to do a ton of extra damage has kind of been missed here. His Blink isn't ready yet, so he might have been able to try to surprise him there with a Blink on top of the Stalkers, but just wasn't ready in time. It's down, now finished. He does have a lot of Immortals. Was not quick enough to escape there, nor was he able to take the shields out of that Immortal. He could have done both. But he stops this forward pylon, which means the forward warping point is going to be much further away from the third. Look at this. All the extra gateways he added. herO's got a great economy. Even with the Immortals here, I don't think he could stop this. Keep in mind also, they're both going to have +1, and he's going to have charge. And he's going to have a lot of Zealots to charge on top of these Stalkers. Like, Hurricane has to win with this push. He is going to be able to make Archons with the Dark Shrine. Can also, of course, make DTs. Try to snipe observers, but there's even a cannon here. And he, there's no observers on the map, actually, for herO. He has no observers. And he lost his oracles. DTs could be scary here. And actually, not a bad engagement for Hurricane here. Here come the DTs. If they target down this cannon, they can do a lot of work. Either that or run by. Oh, man, he should target that cannon. He's going to do exactly that. No observers on the map for herO. And we've seen games decided by this before. A big engagement over here, meanwhile. And herO caught off guard, totally getting destroyed here by those DTs. He does actually win this fight. But can he get an observer out? Nexus goes down. Did he cancel his robo earlier? He made one, but he canceled it. He doesn't have one. He has no detection. He's making another cannon at his third base. We lost an entire Nexus. Now the counterattack can't be defended by DTs, and that's exactly what Hurricane is going to try to do. He's going to have to try to use Blink. Oh, and the Oracle. He's made another Oracle. He's trying to take another engagement. There's so many Zealots. The Zealots actually do have a lot of hit points. herO attacking the third base is being constructed right now. He might just have too much with the Oracle coming back. Let's see. DT's doing a lot of damage right now. He needs to target that Oracle. He goes for it. He goes for it. Down to 50 hit points. These Stalkers now way out of position, but the DTs continue to do damage. And this might be a situation where herO simply has to just simply out-micro the DTs with Blink. Like, blink away from them and kill buildings. Why is he not making robotics? That's the question. More Zealots moving in now. The Zealots, of course, aren't as maneuverable as the Stalkers, but they definitely can take a lot more DT hits. Okay, the Oracle active again. 6 hit points on that. Taking vision, losing it repeatedly over and over again. He needs to target that Oracle with the Photon Overcharge. He's zoning it out here. This is still a very good position for herO. He should be able to win this game. He's got another Oracle joining up this in a moment. So even if he snipes this one with this group of Stalkers here, I mean, he's so ahead he can make the robotics and get an observer, and that's going to be lights out. I don't think he can survive this. Hurricane, that is. 3 more Stalkers being warped in. He wants to kill his Oracles. They're both detectors right now. Good position here by Hurricane, forcing that Blink forward. The detection's still active here, and that should be enough to actually wipe out these DTs. You can see it on Hurricane's face. He knows this game is over. GG. A close game. Stressful situation there. But herO was able to get that detection out. I apologize for the confusion in that battle. My colors on my monitor and my colors on my actual PGM, the one that you're seeing, are different, so that confused me quite a bit. This happens sometimes. The colors are literally reversed on my monitor. I don't know why, but it happens. Sorry if I confused anyone there. Now Hurricane does go down. This leaves CJ into a 2-1 lead. Byul wasn't able to take the win, but herO was. And because Byung took a win, you know, as the saying goes, if both herO and Byul can get a win, they get one other person. Can the other person, instead of Byul, be sky high in this case versus Bravo? That is the question. Most people, including myself, would favor Bravo going into this TVT. In fact, I believe all 6 commentators voted for him going into this match. We haven't had a single set of predictions today, which makes me sad, probably because me and Kanata look pretty bad on it. They don't want to embarrass him. He's like, please don't show it. Still over 50%, though. Well, that was a tense game. And now that puts CJ and just one step closer to victory. All they need to do is win the 4th mirror matchup. This is the repeat mirror of Terran versus Terran. Bravo versus Sky High. If Sky High can pull off the win on Bondi Research Station with his mech play, they will close it out. Such a frustrating loss for Tier here, just simply because he was ahead so early on in the game but just could not capitalize on his advantages. He let the third base go for way too long, and that was a problem. That fight that herO took while the DTs were engaging was so good. It threw me off because the computer colors were different, but that was the fight that gave him the huge army advantage he needed to just basically